Hi guys, as we have to integrate Google Sheet API with the Springboot project, we have already covered two steps, right? The first step was to create Google API credentials, and the second step was to create a Springboot project. We are already done with these two parts. Now the third part is to integrate Google Sheet API with the Springboot project. For this, we have to refer the Google API documentations. We have already developers.google.com over here. I will share the same link in the description box as well. So let's visit this documentation. Right, so here we have this documentations. I'll prefer to integrate this in Java. We have other option as well, like we can integrate with Python, Node.js, JavaScripts. So here we have to follow these prerequisites. It should be JDK version should be 1.8 or greater, Gradle 7.0 or greater, and Google Cloud project with the API enabled. So we already created Google API project, right, in the first video, right? Google API integration, I guess. Yeah, Google API integrations, right? So this part is already done, and the fourth one is authorization credential for a desktop application to learn how to create. So we already done this part as well in the first video. And the fifth one is Google account. Yes, we have this, right? Now prepare the project. We already prepared the Springboot project. This is done, and the second part is credential.json file. We will get credentials.json file from the Google API credentials. Here we have this project, Google API integrations. We can simply click on this and get download JSON file. This is actually credential.json file, and this .json file will contain client ID, client secret. So with the help of credential.json file, we will be able to access the Google Sheet API. We already enabled the Google Sheet API with these credentials here, right? So Google Sheets API is already enabled. Okay, we done this in the first video. I'll share the link in the description box as well. Now let's move. Here we have this build.gradle file. Generally, as we have created a Springboot project, so we have build.gradle file as well. We can simply copy these three dependencies because this is required to integrate Google Sheet API. We will integrate these dependencies in our build.gradle. As we had already this project, Google API. So I'll put this. I have created one package util, and there one class Google API util. So right, so let's first add the dependencies over here. I'm adding dependencies. Save. We have to refresh the dependencies. Gradle refresh. Right, now the next part is to get this code. We should not reinvent the wheel. Everything is documented in the Google, in the developers.google.com. You can simply use this documentation. We have to refer this. So I simply copied this complete class name and put it into the Google API util. Here you can see here Google API util. I have added the code base, right? So we have this credential.json file, and I already downloaded this credential.json file over here. Already downloaded and added into the project here, credential.json file. Now let's, since this class is having main method, we can simply run and check whether this is working fine or not. This example is working fine or not. So we can simply right click here and make a Java application and just run it. Oh, So we are getting you can't sign in because Google API integration sent an invalid request. You can try again later. Contact the developer about this issue. Learn more about this error. If you are a developer of Google API integration, see error details. So what is the error here? Error 400 redirect URI mismatch, right? So we have to check. If you are a developer of Google API integration, see, just check this error details. What is? Oh, you can't sign into the app because it doesn't comply with Google OAuth 2.0 policy. If you are the app developer, register the redirect URI in the Google Cloud Console. Request details. Intentionally I missed this part. I was aware, but intentionally I missed this part. Just wanted to show you like what could be the error over here. So we have to integrate this URI. Done. So here we have to integrate in the credentials. Google API integrations. Here authorize redirect URIs. So what should be the URI over here? Control V. Just remove this prefix. Callback. Save it. Please try again. Tracking number this send feedback close. Let me try again. Okay, now it's got saved. Let's try again. Yeah, here I'm terminating this application. Okay, finally we got it. Now we can log in. Beginners, we can use any email. Google API integration has not completed the Google verification process. The app is currently being tested and can be accessed by developer approved testers. If you think you should have access, contact the developer. If you are a developer of Google API integration, see error details. So what we are getting here, 403 access denied. Okay, so we have to add one test user with these credentials. Okay, so I'm adding here Beginner-Techies12@gmail.com. So here we have to add here in the OAuth consent screen. Right, here we have option test users. Intentionally I missed this part as well in the first video. Just wanted to show you like what could be the issues we can face during the integrations. So here we have to add users. I have added and saved it. Now we can terminate this application and restart again. I have added beginner.techies12@gmail.com. Okay, now Google hasn't verified this app. You have been given access to an app that's currently being tested. You should only continue if you. Okay, continue. Here we have this option, Google API integration will be able to when, yeah, so we have access this. We can continue. Received verification code. You may now close this window. We didn't design any redirect page, so that we are getting these information over here, right? So if we have any redirect pages, any front end pages, we can simply redirect or on that page itself. Okay, no, right. So here we can see, right, we are able to read the data from the sheets. This is actually a by default sheet. Okay, so with this sheet the data is already added, the data is already added with this sheet. We can check this sheet here. Control C. This is the unique ID. I am replacing this. Right. So we have this sheet view only. This sheet is shared by Google actually for testing purpose. So while using this sheet ID, we are able to get the data from the sheet. Right. Here we have these sheets, and based on our this logic, we are opening an existing browser session, name, measures, right. We are able to read all the information from this sheet, right. So this is the unique sheet ID. We didn't create any sheet right now. We are just reading one information from this we are just reading information from the sheet. We can update and create sheet as well, but for in this video we have to only target it to get the data from the sheet. In the next video we will do update operation and create operation as well. But here I just wanted to refactor the code. Here just few refactoring is required. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to dashboard controller. Here I'm just writing one API public. Just copy this. Read data from Google Sheet. Right. Get mapping. This is the get API, and what get data. Okay, and I'm just creating one service class over here. For this we have to create one package. This is the best practice to put everything in the relevant packages. Here we have to create Google API service. Google API service. Right. Generate comments. I'm making this I'm using @service annotation. Control Shift O will get the import. Right. We can auto wire simply this Google API service, auto wired. So actually we are injecting Google API service in the controller, right. Private Google API service, Google API service, Google API service dot read data from Google Sheet. Right. Here the method is created. Right. And I'm making this Google API util as a component. Okay. Component. Right. And I'm just refactoring this code. simply refactor. Sheet. Right, I'm commenting this part. Okay, now from the dashboard controllers, read data from Google Sheet. From here we can simply auto wire Google API util, Google API util, right. So here we can simply call the Google API util dot get data from sheet. Here we have to add the change return type. Okay, just one. So here instead of Control Z, right, print. Okay, so we can simply return can say, let me create one map over here. I'm creating one map here. String store data from Google Sheet, new hash map. Right, so we'll update this sheet. Row dot get 0, delete the range, just type cost is string, or we can simply make this as an object, right? Let's make it as an object. Remove this part. Right. So from here we can simply return store data from Google Sheet, and we can make it as a map type. So now the return type is map object. In the Google API service we have to make this as a Control Z, Google API util, right. In the dashboard controller here we have to also make this as equal map object add through declarations. Right. Now we can run this API, Google API util. Right, so since we removed that main method from the API utils, we will not be able to run again as a Java class. Now we have to run this Spring Boot project, Google API integration application. I am running this. What is the issue? Consider defining a bean of type com Beginner-Techies util Google API util in your configuration. Okay, we made this as okay. Get credentials. This is the component we have created. Okay, now dash, let's run this application again. Google's API service required a bean of type Beginner-Techies util Google API util that could not be found. This bean is not been found. Okay, we have already. Okay, so this was the mistakes. We have to refactor the package. This should be always in the Google API path. Otherwise, we need to update the. We have to add the @component scan in the main class. This was the issue. Sorry, we have to refactor this. Google API dot util. Okay. Right, let's rerun the application again. Now the application is started. Okay, now we will hit this API in the dashboard controller. We will hit this API, get data. Okay, we can simply hit this API from the browser itself. Localhost 8080 get data. Right, so here we are able to get the list of data from the Google Sheet. Right, so now we are able to get the data from Google Sheet. In the next video we will learn how to update and create the sheet. In this video, this is what we have to achieve. In the next video we will do the put and create operation as well. Thank you to watching this video. Bye bye.